So this week I was out in Cypress, Texas, and I came across another community that is amazing. It's called Marvida. In this video, I'm going to go over all of the pros and cons of living out there in Cypress, Texas. So if that sounds like something that you're interested in, let's stay tuned. So my name is Aaron. I'm a real estate consultant, and every week I'm helping buyers relocate to and throughout the greater city of Houston. So if you need to know anything about where to eat, sleep, live, play, hit me up morning, noon, or night. I'm your guy, and that includes the surrounding suburbs. So if you need to know anything about the best spots, the best neighborhoods, the best schools, any of that stuff, feel free to hit me up. I'm your guy. I'll throw my number on the screen. So if you're moving within a day, a week, a month, or a year, feel free to hit me up anytime. I would love to be a resource for you. But I was out there touring with a couple clients, and we ended up picking somewhere just south in Ellison. So not too far from where we were. But when I was out there, I just saw an amazing opportunity for a gorgeous community, and I can already tell that it is going to be something special when it is completely built out, and I wanted to share that with you today. So this community is called Marvida, and it is in Cypress, Texas. It's in an interesting spot, well, like I said, where it's not too far from Katy, and it's in Cypress. And so one of the first things that I absolutely love about that location is that it is in fact a great location. Because you are where you are going to have, you know, the amenities of Katy and Cypress basically at your fingertips. There's so many planned communities between the two locations that it's kind of hard to not have a great time, right? You just have, there's Bridgeland over there, there's Mira Mesa over there, there's Town Lake over there on the Cypress side, and then you have the Ellisons, you have the Cane Islands not too far from you, right? There's just so much and so many communities that are in that bucket of town to where it's going to be a great location. And then kind of piggybacking off of that, you're not too far from great shopping and eateries, right? You have the Cypress Premium Outlet Mall right around the corner from you. You have the Katy Mills Outlet Mall not too far from you. There's just so much opportunity in that location that it is in fact a great location. And just kind of where you are, especially if your life is on the west side of the world and you either work in Katy or you work in Cypress or Hockley or in Tomball, any of those places that are in that west and northwest side of Houston, is going to be a great location for you to be, just because, like I said, you're close to pretty much everything on that side of the world. The next thing that you're going to notice is that the amenities in that location are, the amenities are top notch. You have your lazy river. First off, it's a land Tejas community. So with that, kind of their signature thing right now is kind of bringing that crystal blue lagoon style, resort style, either pool or water feature to their communities. And this one is going to be no different. They have a couple kind of sprinkled around the greater Houston suburbs. They have one in Sierra Vista and Iowa Colony. That's another one of the great locations that they have. They also have one out there in Humble, and that one is Balmoral. They have one in Texas City, and it's just this crystal blue water feature that is just a really gorgeous thing. And so one of the amenities that they're going to have here is a full-blown, and I can't wait for this to be done, because I know it's going to look gorgeous just because of who's doing it, right? Land Tejas just doesn't drop the ball when it comes to the fun and the splash features. And so just kind of checking this out with you, like, this is going to be the clubhouse. You can already see there's going to be a pool, there's going to be a lazy river, there's going to be a splash pad, there's going to be playground, you're going to have, you know, the activity courts, you're going to have basically a pavilion to where you never really have to live, or you never really have to leave that community. And so Land Tejas is one of the ones that does it the best. They really just know how to bring that fun factor to where you live, to where you don't feel like you're missing out on anything in any of the community that you're buying in, right? So although no community is perfect, Land Tejas does a hell of a job of giving you something to where you feel like you're on vacation in your own home. So like you can see, you got to see the splash pad. You're going to have your own gym. You're going to have your own pavilion where you can do your tanning. You're going to have your own pool, lazy river, all your water features. You're going to have a dog park. And if you can see in the background, you're going to have your own lakes and walking trails and all that stuff back there, right? So there is just going to be so much for you to basically do in this community that is the amenities are going to be just top notch. It's going to be somewhere where you love calling this place home. And I was out there on Model Home Row, like I said, a couple weeks ago, and it was just, you can already see it. You can already see it taking shape, right? And so I definitely think that if you're looking in the Cypress area, that this is definitely somewhere you should check out, especially because of location and the current price point that is holding right now. So the next thing that you're gonna notice is that the safety ratings are also good, right? This is gonna be a community that is based on, you know, basically being a family, right? So if you're moving out here 8 times out of 10, you're gonna be looking at moving out here for your family, right? The average person that is a single body isn't necessarily going to pick out and be in the suburbs unless they were born and raised in the suburbs and they feel comfortable. The average person that's moving out here is moving because they want somewhere safe, because they want the manicured lawns and the things that look good. They want the gated communities. They want the nature trails and all that stuff, right? So that is going to be some of the reasons why you would move to a place like Marvida, and you're gonna have great safety ratings out there, right? And that's not my words. I'll leave a link in the description so you can check it out, where you can check out the community for yourself and see what they are saying about the safety ratings. But it's going to be a safe community. Anytime you move into a place like this, safety compared to what it's like in the city of Houston is going to be top notch whenever you move into a new community like this. And then last but not least, you're going to be in Cy-Fair school district. So you are going to get amazing schools, right? I think Cy-Fair was ranked #1 or #2 in all of Harris County this last year, and they kind of bounce back and forth between Katy ISD and Cy-Fair, just depending on, you know, the year, right? So if you are going to be, you know, have kids and you're going to be in this area, you can rest assured that your kids are going to get a great education because it's a top ranking school district in Harris County. And Harris County basically takes up the whole map of Houston, just south of the Woodlands, and goes all the way down damn near to Texas City. So Harris County is a humongous county in Texas. And to say that this school district that you're going to be potentially moving to and having your kids be a part of being top 1 or 2 basically every year, that's something that you can't really beat with a stick. And I think it's a great buy for you, especially if you're planning on having kids or you have kids that are right before that school age. This is definitely going to be a great spot for you. Now, no place is 100% perfect. Those were some of the pros and some of the things that I love about the community. No place is 100% perfect, and this one is no different. There are some things that you're going to maybe necessarily not like, and there's some things that I just picked up on when I was in the community, and some things that I think you should know before you commit fully to being in Marvida is that, #1, this is going to be a heavily deed restricted location. And because of that, I can tell that because, one, as you're riding around the neighborhoods and you're riding around some of the streets that have already been kind of developed out, you can just see how clean and how polished and how well put together that everything is. And that's not a bad thing as a standpoint of a homeowner, right? That's one of the things that you want. You want your community to feel great. You want your community to feel safe and clean and all those things. But that comes at a cost, and that cost is usually an HOA bill, but also just the nitpickiness of what an HOA can be to continue to maintain the beauty that community has. And it's a gift and a curse. I live in a place that is not super deed restricted. My little development that me and my wife bought in currently have an HOA, And our little spot is cleaned up, but the spot across the street from us doesn't have an HOA, and it just, their weeds are overgrown. I have a neighbor down the street that has 2 shipping containers in their front yard right now, but that's living in the city. That's a whole different beast. When you're out in the suburbs and you're out in a place like this, you're going to be in a place where you feel safe, you feel clean, you feel that you're in a part of a sense of a bigger, larger community. And one of the cons with that is sometimes the HOA can be a little bit strict. You may get written up for leaving your garbage can out a little bit too long. You may get written up for having your vehicle hang out into the street if you have like one of those big trucks that can't maybe fit into your garage. Like, there's just certain rules that you're going to have to abide by whenever you're in a community like this, but it's not something that I want you to feel like it's such a huge negative. There's definitely positives to it, but it's going to be an adjustment if you're looking for somewhere that is a little bit less restrictive. The next thing is you're going to probably have some issues if your life takes you to the city of Houston and south of the city of Houston on a fairly consistent basis. You're going to have a fairly rough commute to and from the city if that is your lifestyle. Now, us personally, my wife and I are both in real estate, and so sometimes we're kind of all over the place. And so when we were making the trip out there a couple days ago to actually check out the community, we were out there and it took us like 30 minutes to get to Marvida from our location, which is just north of the loop, which is not that bad. Traffic wise, I think it's probably like 25 to 30 miles away. So traffic wise, it shouldn't be that bad if you don't have any traffic. On the way back, there was a wreck on 290. And if you aren't aware, 290 is basically going to be your lifeline in that part of town. And there was a wreck on 290 and it took us like an hour and 15 minutes to get back to the city. And we weren't going into downtown. So if we were going into downtown, or if we were going into the gallery or any of these places that have more traffic traditionally than our spot, that would have been an extra 15 or 20 minutes. So if your lifestyle is going to take you to the center of the city more times than not, then this may not be the spot for you, just because of the potential of the interstate systems that you're going to either have to take, whether that's 290, or if it's taking you a certain route to get you to 99, to get you to 10, to get you to the center of the city. You're going to probably have some commute and traffic woes if you need to be in the city and you pick Marvida to be the spot for you. The next thing is, and I kind of want to go straight back to the site for this one, just because up here earlier they were claiming that houses were from 200 to 500,000. I can tell you, based on the trip that I just took, that is a little bit of cap right now. Like the cheapest that I saw was 365,000. Now that's to be expected. Harris County's numbers just came out and the new average single family home sales price is right around 450,000. So it is expected that the prices of the neighborhood is going to continue to increase as the prices of homes in the area continue to increase, right? So no shocker there, but this is a little bit of, I don't want to call it false advertising, because maybe when they first broke ground, they were in the high 200s, but right now the lowest price I'm seeing out there is like 360. And we can do a quick check. I pulled one up just so we can have for reference what the map is doing. All right, so I'm 335. Okay, 335 a little bit cheaper, 490, 435, 360, 530. So you can see that they've already kind of stretched past where they were saying that they were when they first broke ground on this community. But still, it is one of the most affordable locations in the Cypress area for brand new construction. But that price has definitely crept up. So it's definitely going to be something that you're going to want to pay attention to as you're looking in the area. It is going to give you, like I said, a more affordable option than some of the locations like Bridgeland, Town Lake, not too far around the corner, Mira Mesa. There's definitely going to be a less expensive barrier of entry, but those prices have increased a ton since this concept initially broke ground. And the last but not least thing is that taxes are going to be fairly high out there, just like any brand new community in the suburbs and surrounding areas of Houston. This is no different. The taxes are going to be high. We're looking at close to 4%. I think it's 3.59 or 3.6, somewhere up in that range right now. And so with a barrier of entry of nearly 400,000 with a tax rate that's over 3, you're going to be looking at a tax bill of $1,000 plus a month. And so to put that in perspective, like I said, that's not principal and interest. That's just the taxes. That's not insurance. That's just the taxes. So it's definitely going to be a culture shock. You're going to get the amenities. You're going to get the walking trails. You're going to get the schools. You're going to get the nature. You're going to get all of the things that come with being part of a planned community. But a part of that tax bill is paying for all of those amenities, right? So it's definitely something that you're going to want to take note of if you are looking at calling Marvida your home. But if you can deal with all of those things, it is a great location. The barrier of entry currently is still affordable for most people. It has some great shopping, has great amenities. It has a ton of things that you can do out there, but you're going to have to deal with the HOAs. You're going to have to deal with the increase in prices, and you're going to have to deal with some of those high taxes. And if you can, then I think that this spot in Cypress, Texas, named Marvida, is going to be a spot that you would love to call home. So if you are looking for or trying to transition to the great city of Cypress, I would love to be a resource for you. I'm going to link some videos to some other communities that I've checked out and done reviews on as well right here. Also, if you want to check out some other suburbs that I've done some reviews on in the nearby location of Cypress, Texas, I would love to be a resource for you. Check out those videos. Let me know what you think. I look forward to hearing from you, and I hope you have an amazing day.